What if the laws you thought were unchangeable suddenly shifted, altering the very fabric of society? Legal doctrines often feel like unshakable pillars in American law, shaping public policy and guiding the courts for decades. However, changing social values and new legal interpretations mean that even the most settled laws can be overturned. When these doctrines fall, the effects ripple across society, transforming everything from individual rights to government power. The separate but equal doctrine, established by Plessy v. Ferguson in 1896, upheld racial segregation in public facilities. In 1954, Brown v. Board of Education overturned this, declaring that separate educational facilities are inherently unequal. The liberty of contract doctrine allowed employers and employees to freely negotiate terms without government interference. This was overturned in 1937 by West Coast Hotel v. Parrish, upholding minimum wage laws and ending the Lochner era. For much of American history, prayer in public schools was common practice, seen as a core part of education. In 1962, Engel v. Vitale struck down state-sponsored prayer in public schools, emphasizing the separation of church and state. Gender-based segregation in education persisted until Mississippi University for Women v. Hogan in 1972 challenged it. This ruling, combined with Title IX, expanded educational and professional opportunities for women. Mapp v. Ohio in 1961 incorporated the exclusionary rule into state law, preventing courts from admitting illegally obtained evidence. This decision strengthened protections against unlawful search and seizure, making it harder to prosecute cases with such evidence. Anti-miscegenation laws prohibiting interracial marriage were struck down by Loving v. Virginia in 1967. The ruling affirmed that marriage is a fundamental right regardless of race, challenging deeply ingrained racial prejudices. The separate spheres doctrine restricted women's participation in the workforce, but Reed v. Reed in 1971 began to erode this. This decision set the stage for other landmark rulings against gender-based discrimination in the workplace. The clear and present danger test for free speech was replaced by the imminent lawless action standard in Brandenburg v. Ohio in 1969. This shift marked stronger protection for free speech rights, ensuring only speech directly inciting immediate harm can be limited. The Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization ruling in 2022 overturned Roe v. Wade, reshaping the landscape of reproductive rights in the U.S.